Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you for your patience. I was setting up my camera. So, this live video is about the lettering challenge that I'm hosting. It is actually lettering plus botanical challenge, in which you have to make botanicals of your choice and lettering. So, the main motive behind that is to learn florals. So, I have decided to go live for there are some people who want a little guidance about flowers and starting out with flowers, so it is especially for them, or you can just sit here and enjoy the live. So if you are like watching me live, you can take a screenshot and post that in your story so that your friends who are interested in learning flowers can learn it too. So that would be great. That is a great way to grow in the community. So, and that would be very helpful to all of us as well. I would love if you do that, and please tag me if you do that. Okay, I'm going to start the live when a few more people come. Till then, um, let's just wait. And if you're watching the saved live session, you can skip a few seconds. Okay, so I hope the quality is not very bad, not super bad, um, because the only light source that I get during the afternoon is sunlight. Otherwise, you can increase the quality of your video if it is like very blurry to you. Otherwise, I think it should be fine. So we'll just start in a few moments. Till then, let us just talk a little bit about supplies, like what supplies that I'm using. Okay, I'm using this watercolor journal. It's one of my favorite journals. And I'm using watercolor by Blue. It is kept in my palette and a brush, which I use very often in my life. If you attend my lives, you must have seen this. And hi, Kausalya. I hope I am pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Okay, so okay, so the first prompt we are going to make the first prompt of the lettering challenge that I'm hosting. So let us just okay, let us just wait. Um, I'm good, Rashi. Thank you for asking. So the very first prompt is I'm sorry. So the very first prompt is you will grow beautifully in your own way. So we are going to make a wreath today and make that around the teeth. Okay. All right. So you can sketch out a rough circle around so that it is easier for you and you have something to follow along. Let us just start. All right. Otherwise, it would be too late. So I'm going to start with this Persian blue. You can use ultramarine or cobalt blue, whichever you want to use. Okay, so I promised I'll go live at 7, but then I had some urgent work, so I couldn't. I took too much color. Okay, we are going to do a very simple floral wreath today, as I want everyone to be able to do it. You can use any kind of paper, doesn't have to be a very great quality, high quality in order for you to practice. These have to be just practice pieces, you know. Don't always aim for perfection. If you do that, you will never be satisfied with your own artwork. Handmade things are supposed to be not perfect. That is the beauty about you doing it with your hands. I'm just adding more color to it when it is still wet and it is not wet like this. Will you please tell the name? Okay, so about the brush, I'll leave the link in the description after the live so that you can get it. Okay, remember to check the description of the live video. I'll save it after the live. I'll add the description. I'll add the link in the description. So now that you saw that it was not blended, so I added a little bit more water. And like we blend in lettering, we'll do lettering. Like we blend in lettering, I blended it. Okay, so this was our first flower. Let us do another flower the same way. Okay, okay. I took a lot of paint. I wasn't supposed to, so I would just take that in a place and add water to it. This is why you should always have a palette by your side. Okay. I'll wait for you to complete it. Okay, so let us just continue with the live. First one, right here. Okay, so this was it for the blue flowers. Let's just move on to making other flowers in the wreath. We have to leave a little bit of space for the coat as well, as the coat is pretty big. So yes, keeping that in mind, just I'll make a few purple flowers, three petal flowers. Like I said, the color, the content, I wasn't supposed to evaluate it. That is fine. When somehow. So this is a three petal flower, okay? And I'm making one flower facing up and sorry, one petal facing up and the rest are drawn down. Don't get confused because it might appear confusing as we haven't made the stamens yet. I'll add darker paint to few areas just to have a little bit of diamond. If you feel like it is not blended, take a clean your brush and then take a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, then try to blend it. Otherwise, you can leave it like that as well. See, there is a pool of paint right here. Okay, so now we're going to make some white flowers with the white and yellow ochre. So I wanted to grab some white paint. We'll do this with white first, then we'll move on to making this with yellow ochre. Just tiny flowers, okay? Tiny, tiny five petaled. When we pair that with our yellow flowers, yellow ochre flowers, it will look amazing. So just trust the process. So now that it is now that it is wet, I'm going to work over it with yellow ochre. so that it causes a little bit of bleeding here and there, and we get a nice wet on wet effect. See, we got a nice wet on wet effect that we were aiming for. Do a few more here. So it almost looks like, you know, this is just a bunch of flowers, and yes, but that is fine. Anything works. Make a bunch here, small bunch. Hello. Uh, Again, take yellow ochre, or I can just mix my lemon yellow a little bit with it. Hi, thank you so much. So I'll start from right here where I have made the white flowers first. It will dry out and it won't cause the bleeding. So moving my hand really fast. So we are going to make another bunch right here as well. So the white has turned out a little bit yellowish. So I'm going to mix a little bit of color in. I'm leaving the spaces because I want to make another flower. Okay. So we will just mix a little bit of white into this. Okay, so I was mixing my white. Now that my white is ready, I'm so sorry for people who are watching the save live. You can add a few daisies anywhere and everywhere. There is no such point as you can add or you cannot. I'm just going with my intuition, and so should you. At the end, we see that we have zero space left for writing the code, but that's okay. So at this point, we just wait for a while. If you are watching this uh, saved live, then you can skip a few minutes because the paper is the flowers are now very dry. So we have to wait a little in order to add leaves and stamens as they will bleed, and I do not want them to bleed. But if you want that bleeding effect with your leaves, then you can add them right now. Oh, hello, Benisha. Okay. So let us just start with the leaves. We have waited enough. I want you to pick out your favorite greens right now. Hi Ritik, thank you. I'm mixing some greens right now. Hi HK Arts, how are you? So let us just start making the leaves. It is okay to, if your leaves are going in the area in which you want to letter, because you can obviously letter over it. You like, feel that awkward when you're doing some leaves in some other side, feel free to move your page. Don't be hesitant. Like, where should I add my leaves? Will they look good? They will look absolutely great because in nature everything is like that. So then there are with pieces. Gonna make these for that as well. Some greens here as well. It doesn't have to be proper shape as ever for a loose style. So you can just add tiny bit of greens here and there just to let the viewer know that yes, there are a few leaves here and it is not just all flowers. I'm sorry, I'm not talking, just enjoying the process. It is very therapeutic to me, honestly. You can just keep making flowers all day long. Okay, I think I should add a tiny bit of red on dry here on the purple as it looks quite plain to me. You can leave it as it is because I can see it is getting ruined. Not a very big fan of it on there. So we are going to add the yellow ochre on the daisies and as well as those blue flowers. Let us just mix the lines for this chocolate on this as well. Simple stippling motion, nothing very complicated. I want this to be beginner friendly. Now making simple, thick and thin lines varying in sizes for this blue flower. Then we will have to wait for it to dry. say thank you, Shivaditi. I felt like that area was a little bit blank, so I decided to add some. Here, this area is also pretty blank. See, I'm just adding greens here to make up for it. Don't, get scared of overlapping. It makes it look beautiful, so just go ahead with it. I initially decided that I would go with a wreath where I'll just make a few flowers here and then the rest of it. Okay, I think I should be adding a little bit of green right here. Then I'll add lines of burnt sienna right here. And let the yellow ochre peek through. So we have dual color stamens, right? The brown here as well. So with this, we are almost done. And if you want to, you can go ahead and add some detailing in the leaves. I swear it would look beautiful. So these ones are red and let's add greens to them. If you have a detailed brush, then change to that and start making these greens. Okay, so now what I can do is I'll go with the same colors. I'll go with this portion blue that I'm using. Swatchy right here.